My name is Steve Kolbeck, and I want to welcome you to the groundbreaking at Tomar Park. I'm the principal manager for XL Energy in South Dakota, and I'm also the chair-elect of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation, which is why I'm here speaking today. Kurt Loudenbeck of Grand Prairie Foods is actually the chairman, and he sends his regrets he couldn't be here today. We enjoy hosting these groundbreakings because it gives us a chance to celebrate all the great things going on in Sioux Falls. Celebrating a vibrant city and a flourishing economy takes a lot of work from many different parts of our community. And that includes providing a great quality of life for our residents, which projects with projects like these new tennis courts going on here at Tomar Park. So on behalf of the board, our members, and staff of the Sioux Falls Development Foundation, thank you to the Sioux Falls Tennis Association, the many donors that contributed to this project, and the City of Sioux Falls for bringing this project forward, and to all the partners who will be helping make this vision a reality. So now we've got some speakers who are going to speak with us today. I'll hand off the microphone. First, it's going to be Councilor Alex Jensen from the Sioux Falls City Council.
Well, thanks, Steve. You know, when Lydia came to us, we were debating what we were going to do with the money that we got from the ARPA funds. The city of Sioux Falls is in a really unique position where a lot of people needed to use that money to backfill salaries or pensions or different, crises that were going on in their world. We were able to invest in projects that would move us forward, make us more competitive when we're talking about a workforce. Having a healthy lifestyle, this is what this is all about. And it's not just the city of Sioux Falls that is investing in this, but it's a lot of the private partners that are here with us today as well. I hope that you get to hear from a lot of them, but the Walshes and many, many, many more were instrumental in putting this deal together. And, one of my best friends from high school and we played tennis together. We were really good at doubles. Me not so good at singles, but Ryan Gardner and we might make it out to these courts someday to play a little tennis and see if we can put a little competitiveness back in our life. So I just want to thank everyone that was involved, and it's a great day to be here. So, I'm going to hand it back to Steve, and then we'll get this project going. So thanks.
All right, thank you, Alex. Next up, from the Parks and Rec, we have Ann Notchagall. She's actually the board president of the Parks and Rec.
Hello, tennis friends. This is exciting. This is so exciting. So as he mentioned, I am the president-elect of Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation. I joined the board 7 years ago because I believe that quality of life really hinges on our ability to play and to have fun and to be healthy and well. So this project to me is really a great example of the public-private partnerships that we are seeing continue to grow here in the city of Sioux Falls. We have such a great benefactor community, and this is really reason why this is happening today. The executive director of Sioux Falls Tennis Association, Lydia Healey, is a big part of that, of why this is successful. She and her board and all the citizen brand ambassadors have really worked hard to make this happen today. When I look at why I vote on things happening for the city, I look at three key components. The first is, does it provide access for all? And this is a public tennis court, and it is free and open to anyone. I also look at inclusion. Is it going to be accessible to the neighborhood park? Do we see it being improved for the neighborhood? And yes, indeed, there are many improvements here. And the last one is bringing a sense of community, bringing people together, and that's what this is about. So congratulations to Lydia and the Sioux Falls Tennis Association, the community, and all the tennis partners. Congrats.
Thank you, Ann. And next up, we will hear from Lydia Healey, the Sioux Falls Tennis Association.
I will not be able to speak so eloquently, so I will try. I am the current executive director of SFTA, and we're pretty super excited that action is taking place here at Tomar. This has been highly anticipated. When Krissa and I began asking around for folks to join our fundraising committee in the fall of 2020, it was with a lot of hesitancy, dread, and excitement. Hesitancy as far as the time commitment, dread at the thought of our comfort zone, leaving our comfort zone and having to ask for money, and with utter excitement at what stands before us today. For those of you that accepted my challenge to come aboard the committee, I thank you and appreciate all that you have done to help SFTA achieve this momentous goal. I'd personally like to thank a few people that helped develop this project. Carissa Dice, who has worked tirelessly alongside me, Chuck Hyatt, who pointed us in the right direction and pushed us on our very own to start to fly, and my husband Dan Healey for his knowledge and insights. On behalf of the SFTA, we appreciate all the people that took our calls, texts, emails, and our constant conversations asking for gifts. Look at where we are today. What an amazing a partnership can accomplish. We thank you all for contributing. At this time, I'd like to recognize the major sponsors for your passion for tennis and your community and your money. Danny Sanford, LG Everest, Peggy Whitmire Brower family, Ed and Bridget Zarnicki, the Frost Elshami family, Dan and Lydia Healey, Tom and Melissa Howes, Dick and Sherry Jameson, Tim and Mona Ness, the SFTA, Damon Thielen, Eric and Emily Weiser, and the Vollins family. Huge thanks to Chad at Confluence for your top-notch guidance and dumbing everything down for me on the contracts and schematics. And thanks to the City and Parks Department for the constant meetings, contributions, and desire to see this project take off. And finally to the USTA. Lastly, we'd like to take this time to thank the most important person, the person that propelled us to this groundbreaking today, Tom Walsh. Tom has been pivotal in the success of this project. He stepped up to the plate at the very beginning and in a very big way. He is so encouraging. This city is lucky to have a man so in tune with the people and giving back to the people. His giving has spurred on several other gifts to get us off the ground. We can't thank you enough for all that you have done, Tom, and we are so pleased to put Great Life Cares Foundation's name on this venue. This complex will help maximize our already affordable programs we offer the community, and we are already looking forward to the ATP Challenger tournaments we can host, along with growing our South Dakota Open to showcase the finest tennis in the Midwest. Our fundraising will continue as we look to add on a tennis shack, storage, and restroom facility this fall. If anyone cares to contribute, please reach out to any of our board members. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. We have one final speaker, and then we're going to call Lydia back up here for a commemorative shovel. But first, we'll hear from Don Kenney, Director of the Sioux Falls Parks and Rec.
Thank you, Steve. Certainly it's very gratifying to be here today. I can remember when I first arrived in Sioux Falls a long time ago now, but we had a meeting with the tennis leadership group and talked a little bit about, you know, what are the priorities for tennis in Sioux Falls? And at that time, there were a lot of priorities. One being, how can we improve the condition of our outdoor courts? We had a lot of cracked up courts. We had courts that really were probably not even what I would consider playable. And so that was one of the priorities we identified. We also talked about someday we need to have an indoor tennis center. We need to get that project done. And I'm glad to say that the city was involved in not only the outdoor court conditions, but also on the indoor facility operations out at the Sanford Sports Complex and our contributions to that through our city council. The final piece of it was, when are we going to get a large-scale tennis complex that we can host regional national tournaments and bring a bunch of people in all in one location? And so certainly, as I mentioned, very gratified to be here today to, you know, basically just check the third box of the priorities that were identified a long time ago with the tennis community to really put tennis in Sioux Falls in a really good place. And so today we're able to do that with this groundbreaking. Is kind of that third leg of the stool, as a lot of people refer to. And I just want to thank Lydia, obviously, Tom, for your contributions across the community, not just this tennis complex, but also want to thank Mayor Tenhaken for his support, the city councilors that really have put a lot of money forward to match private interests on a variety of different projects above and beyond the tennis complex. The Parks and Rec Board, thank you for your ongoing support. I'd also like to acknowledge Sean Pritchett, our finance director. How he was able to sort through all this federal funding, I have no idea. But he was able to dole out funds to really advance a lot of projects and leverage private investment. I'd also like to acknowledge Tori Miedema. Tori, if you have outdoor court conditions, call him because he's the guy that makes sure that they're in good condition. So he can make it happen. And as Lydia mentioned, Tori was our guy that worked with Lydia on this project in Confluence to really pull it all together and get all the agreements in place. And hats off to Tori for all of his efforts there. So again, this is going to be another signature facility for our park system. And again, thank to all the donors and everybody involved to make this happen. So thank you.